Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of First Chronicles, and we are still in chapter 6, picking up right where we left off, which is verse 48, and we're going to read it to the end, which is 81 verses. That's why we split it in half, because 81 verses is real long. It's over an hour to record the one in one video, and that's ridiculous, in my opinion. Right, so we're still covering the tribes of Levi. That's what we're chronicling, each tribe. So we're on the tribes of Levi. We went through who was the musicians and who their parentage was. So that's what gave them the right to be musicians in the temple. That's part of why they're tracking who people are from, because it determines what kind of role they can have in their families and then in the society as a whole. Because that's usually how most clan-based or tribal-based, depending on, because it's really the same thing to me. Clan, tribe, different cultures name for the exact same thing. Or pack is another one. It's all the same. Mental state. They when they have those kinds, when you have that kind of society, this is the way it works. Who you were born to very much matters what you can or cannot do in those kinds of societies. So, verse 48. Their fellow Levites were assigned to all the other duties of the tabernacle, the house of God. But Aaron and his descendants were the ones who presented offerings on the altar of burnt offering and on the altar of incense in connection with all that was done in the most holy place. The capital letters of all three. All three of those words, most holy place, are capitalized. And making atonement for Israel, in accordance with all that Moses, the servant of God, had commanded. So his little brother had commanded. These were the descendants of Aaron: Eleazar, his son; Phinehas, his son; Abishai, his son; and Buki, his son; Uzziah, his son; Zariah, his son; and Merioth, Meraioth, his son; Amariah, his son; Ahitub, his son; Zadok, his son; and Amahaz, his son. These were the locations of their settlements allotted as territory where they were assigned to the descendants of Aaron, who were from the Kohathite clan, Kohathite, because the first lot was for them. They were given Hebron in Judah with its surrounding pasture lands, but the fields and villages around the city were given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, Jephunneh. So the descendants of Aaron were given Hebron, a city of refuge, and Libnah. Libnah has got a footnote of B. See Joshua 21:13. In the Hebrew, given these cities of refuge, Hebron and Libnah. So they're specifically stated. Jattir, Jattir, Eshitemoa, Eshtemoa, Hilen, Hilen, Dibir, Dibir, Ashan, Ashan, Jutta, Juttah, and that's got a footnote of C, which in the Syriac, so that's in the Syrian language. Also in the Septuagint, which is Greek, Joshua 21:16. Hebrew does not have the name Jutta. Okay, so, and Beth Shemesh, Shemesh, Shem, like who the Hebrew people come from with Noah, Shem. Together with their pasture lands. And from the tribe of Benjamin, they were given Gibeon, just got a footnote of D. See Joshua 21:17, and in the Hebrew it does not have Gibeon, but it has Geba, Geba, Alemeth, Alemeth, and Anatoth, Anathoth, together with their pasture lands. These towns were which were distributed among the Kohathite clan, were 13 in all. The rest of the Kohath's descendants were allotted 10 towns from the clans of the half tribe of Manasseh. The descendants of Gershon, now that's Moses, okay, Gershon clan by clan, were allotted 13 towns from the tribes of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and from the part of the tribe of Manasseh that is in Bashan. The descendants of Merari, Merari, clan by clan, were allotted 12 towns from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. Now these two types of tribes that they're talking about here, where when they were on the move, were responsible for carrying large portions of the tabernacle that had to be like taken down, and then, because it's a camp, take down all the tents, move along, put everything back up for however long you're going to be there, and then take them down and move them again. So this could be happening because they tended to rest in the story of Exodus a certain number of days and then move. So the Israelites gave the Levites these towns and their pasture lands. From the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin, they allotted the previously named towns. Some of the Kohathite clans were given as their territory towns from the tribe of Ephraim. Okay, so that's a descendant of Joseph. And I've previously stated, a lot of things seem to go, Judah, Joseph, Judah, Joseph, Judah, Joseph. Okay, and remember that Ephraim clan and some of the other clans of Judah married in because of the wiping out of most of the tribe of Benjamin to the tribe of Benjamin clan. They've got the blood of Joseph in them. Before Saul was king, the blood of Joseph was in the tribe of Benjamin because of the women. In the hill country of Ephraim, they were given Shechem, a city of refuge, and Gezer, G-E-Z-R, which has got a footnote of E. See Joshua 21:21 in Hebrew, given the cities of refuge, Shechem, Gezer. So Jokim, Jokmeam, Beth Horon, Ahijalon, Aijalon, and Gath Rimmon, Gath space Rimmon, together with their pasture lands. And from the half tribe of Manasseh, also a child of Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh, children of Joseph, the Israelites gave Aner, A-N-E-R, and Bileam, Bileam, together with their pasture lands to the rest of the Kohathite clans. Now this is good because it means they can raise the sheep, have things available to present to the Lord in case all of Israel is sinning, because remember this is a time frame where one person in the tribe sins, and if you go to war while that person is still in a state of sin, a bunch of people die according to how their belief structure goes. So you want people spread out amongst your populace who can handle, freeing them of their sin in that area. Because if you were over a certain age, and you were male, and you were between this age and that age, you were in the standing army. And that's just, you didn't get a choice in the matter. And where you were, and how you went out, and when you marched, and who you listened to, all from your bloodline. The Gershonites, again Moses' clan, received the following from the clan of the half-tribe of Manasseh. They received Golan, Golan, in Bashan, that's B-A-S-H-A-N, and also Ashtaroth, A-S-H-T-A-R-O-T-H, together with their pasture lands. Now, I should say Ashtaroth shows up in a bunch of other books, and in those other books that I've seen it in, it's referred to as like a demon. So I'm going to say that whatever the local deity was when they came in to Ashtaroth is something that is considered very icky in the Judeo-Christian world. But a lot of their deities were considered that way, and I'm not suggesting that we should change our mind about them. So, just keep that in mind, just for some stuff, just because they came in and wiped out the deity doesn't mean they renamed the city or any of the rest of that stuff. You know, we don't know why they renamed some and not others. From the tribe of Issachar, they received Kadesh, Kedesh, Dabarath, Dabrath, Ramoth, Ramoth, and Anim, Anem, together with their pasture lands. Now, Ramoth is, well, Issachar is north Israel anyway. Really, only Judah is south Israel, so that's really the divide there. And on the other side of that is the east or the west of the Jordan River tribes. And Issachar, Ramoth butts up, because remember, all the tribes, their lands butt up to some other tribe, or, you know, the people around them. So that butts up near Benjamin. So it's in the north. From the tribe of Asher, they received Mashal, Mashl, Abaddon, Abdon, Hukok, Hukok, and Rehob, Rehob, together with their pasture lands. From the tribe of Naphtali, they received Kadesh in Galilee, Hamon, which is much more towards the south, because, you know, you've got Jerusalem and then Galilee as a separate, like, location from Jerusalem. Okay. Hamon, Hammon, and Kiriath-Yeam, Kiriathaim, together with their pasture lands. The Merarites, the Merarites, the rest of the Levites, received the following. Now, these are the people that were directly, you have to help the sons of Aaron with the things inside the tabernacle. Received the following. From the tribe of Zebulun, they received Jokneam, Jok, and Yeam, Karata, Kartha. So it's got a footnote of F. In the Septuagint, which is Greek, and Joshua 21:34, Hebrew does not have Jokneam and Karatara. Okay, Ramono and Tabor, together with their pasture lands. From the tribe of Reuben, they received, across the Jordan east of Jericho, they received Bezer, Bezer, in the desert, Jahaza, Jahzah, Kedemoth, Kedemoth, and Mepaath, Mepaath, together with their pasture lands. And from the tribe of Gad, they received Ramoth in Gilead. So again, that's north, because Gilead, part of that area for the sons of Joseph. Mahanaim, Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer, Jazr, together with their pasture lands. So as you can tell, that means that they're, if you were to actually look at these places on a map of ancient Jerusalem, you'd find them, you know, scattered in these various locations, so that they're dotted all over the place about where these towns would be. So if you want to find out what's going on, in the next ones we do Issachar, Benjamin, Naphtali, both the tribes of Joseph. Oh yeah, so next video, we finish the rest of the tribes of Jacob in the next video. And then we start chronicling specific people or specific, almost encounters. We'll word it like that, specific encounters between people of importance. So if you want to find out about all that, you're going to need to come back for the next video, friends.